Coming up, need a doctor over the Easter break? Or any time, really? Well, we've got some good news for you.
My name's Dr. Tanius. House call doctor. How are you?
You're watching The Project.
Welcome back, watching The Project. Now, with the country's emergency rooms packed, ambos at crisis points, and over 8 million 000 calls made in the last year alone, it's no wonder there's been a resurgence of the humble house call doctor.
My name's Dr. Tanius. House call doctor. How are you? A lot of patients call for symptoms: nausea, vomiting, pain, infections, you name it. I mean, we see it all. Just stay still, okay? Don't move at all.
In the 60s, doctors making house calls were pretty common, but by the 80s, the practice virtually disappeared. Now they're making a comeback, and most of these mobile GPs arrive within a few hours, and it's 100% bulk billed.
I had some background experience as an emergency room physician, and then decided to come into house call doctor just because I enjoy seeing patients when really no one else can.
Dr. Tony Tanius travels more than 2,000 Ks 6 nights a week doing his rounds.
We're on our way now to see a 3-year-old with suspected croup.
How you doing, Andrew? Nice to meet you. What's your name? Walter.
He had croup about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And at the time we took him to emergency and we were there overnight.
It really does range from minor to severe, and some of the severe things we see is patients that have ruptured appendixes to something as simple as fungal infection or a pimple. Sure. What I think is going on with you, Vilma, is I think you have a little bit of vertigo.
Right now, there are thousands of after-hours GPs around the country. And over the last 4 years, the Department of Health has recorded a spike in the number of patients using these services.
We're going to see a gentleman who stubbed his toe.
I don't think it's, I don't think you broke it. If you did anything, you may have dislocated it.
Typical Saturday night, messing around, listening to the radiogram, playing records. Managed to stub my toe into the back of the lounge.
And when you're out on the road, anything can happen. Tony inadvertently became a first responder to a head-on collision on the way to a house call.
So your lungs are okay. I'm not worried that you collapsed the lung. They're okay, their vital signs are okay, so we're just waiting for an ambulance now to take them to the hospital and get them assessed.
So I've been doing this job for about 3 months now. Around the Metro Brisbane area, we see about 2,000 patients a week, and out of those 2,000, I personally see about 150, 200 of those patients.
And every call-out and home treatment is one less patient emergency departments, 000 and the AMBOs have to deal with.
If they're seeing patients and they can manage them at home and we don't need to respond, that's fantastic for us. It allows us to get to the sicker patients.
Services like these have sprung up around the country following a new government scheme that sees any urgent after-hour care 100% bulk billed. But there is a real concern that some operators may try to abuse the system by pocketing cash for non-urgent patients.
We don't want the McDonald's sort of, if you like, version of just attending whenever it's convenient. Medicare resources are finite and we need to use them appropriately and respect that cost to the government and to the taxpayer.
That cost to the taxpayer is up around $220 million a year. But it's a vital service to those who can't otherwise get to a hospital, like those in regional areas, young kids and the elderly.
It's very rewarding to be able to help patients and to know that you can make a difference in someone's life.
Great. Well done to Tony. I would like to apologise to Tony, but in my defence, I was really concerned about that pimple. I really was.
This is great, though. I've used this, and it's really good because it means, like, how often you get home from work and you don't feel right, something's not right, and all the doctors are shut.
Yeah.
It's a really great way of doing it, and so well done to the Abbott government for committing the money, because it's like $100 million. And I get there's the worry about abuse, but imagine how much money you would save by people being able to access a doctor rather than... Because your other option is to rush to the emergency.
It seems like a really good example of just thinking outside the box. And so you take the pressure off the emergency wards, take the pressure off GPs. I do want to know, though, how the guy actually stubbed his toe listening to...
Do you reckon he wasn't telling us the truth there?
I don't know. You just say, so what'd you do? I stubbed my toe. How'd you do it? Listening to records.
I reckon it would have been like, should I call a doctor? And think, oh, I will. And then a TV cruiser as well. Thanks, The Project.
Now, for more information on house call doctors or a service near you, head to the links page on our website.